Wise Kracks is back. It's going to be a good show today because Bill's got some fire in him today. I could tell.
You could tell.
You got a little bit of fire in you.
I usually don't wear shirts like this.
You're out of control today.
I usually don't. Isn't that funny?
That's Animal, right?
That's
From the
Animal.
Muppets.
Animal
George, do you
from the
even know
Muppets.
Animal from the Muppets?
Yeah.
You do?
I'm a little cultured.
Okay.
Yeah.
But most 25-year-olds would have no clue, right?
Yeah. No.
No, they would just be like, "Hey, yo, that's a dope shirt."
Okay.
So you are winning the young crowd right now, Bill.
I like that.
I usually don't. I come bearing gifts.
What do you
Just
got?
little like Halloween things.
I
You know
like
what I mean?
it.
I wanted to tell you that.
I like it.
And guess what, George? I got one for you too.
Yeah. All right.
I like it.
This is just a little Halloween thing. And I was gonna bring John a string of garlic too because he needs that.
Right.
But to ward off all this stuff that's been going on. But
I like
I'm throwing
it.
mine on now.
I'll throw
somehow.
mine on.
Oh. All right.
Wait,
Here
can
it
I?
goes.
Will this?
Did it? All right. Well,
Why not?
I don't know.
I like it,
I'm a
Bill.
big kid.
I like it.
Yours looks better than mine. Yeah, because you have all
Bill's
black
out of
on.
control right now.
Bill's out of control.
Nah, I'm not really in a good way.
I like it.
To be honest with you, I'm not really in a good way.
I know. Well, let's talk about it because before we started the show,
Yeah.
because I deal with this too sometimes.
Yeah.
People don't understand the entrepreneur grind, and
good way to word it.
they specifically don't understand the work from home
Yeah.
setup dynamic.
Yeah.
And you said something. You compared it to Wall Street because
Like I tell my wife and stuff. Listen, this is my office in my house. My home office that I have here is. I am working here. This is not me watching TV and having fun and playing with the dog and playing games on a computer. Matter of fact, I have never played a game on a computer or an iPhone ever. I've never played, word space with friends, knock blocks down or whatever they do, candy space. I don't even know what they do.
Right.
But
Tetris.
I have never played a game on that. If I'm on there, I have so much back work that I have to catch up on and stuff.
Right.
And I do figures on Mondays, things on every day's betting. Sometimes they forget, they forget and you got to put them in check. And I don't mean to say I'm being a tough guy to my wife or not. I'm just saying you have to remind them, even though it's only been the same way for 30 years. I understand, you can't get used to it. But it's like someone being bothered at, a Wall Street guy in the middle of the trading floor, trading futures and stuff, and someone coming in saying, "Hi, do you want to go get a massage or a manicure?" No, no, I want to be able to afford all that stuff and everything else you want in your life. And I don't mean to, like I said, it's not my wife, just anybody.
Yeah.
It could be my mom. God bless her, when she was alive, she would still call in the middle of like a Sunday. Hi, how are you? Like in the middle, and no matter what, I would still talk. I say, "Mom, no, it's football. Let me give you a call back right after this first set of games is over."
Right.
Unless it's something important.
Sure.
God bless
Sure.
her. But sometimes they don't realize it. So
Yeah.
I want to know about your pizza here. I see a
all right.
Last night you texted me about pizza.
I did. Wait, I did text you it? Oh, I
Yeah.
did send you that?
What,
Oh, yeah.
Were you drinking?
No,
Because
because I was conflicted because I was going to just do it on the show. But let's just, yesterday, I didn't know this place existed. And I think of you now every time I see pizza at Aria.
Okay.
I don't know when it opened, but Steve
was that the old
Aoki.
5150 place? There was a place there
Near the Sportsbook?
by the Sportsbook.
No.
Oh, it's not that?
No, there is a pizza place there.
Oh, okay.
But if you go up that escalator that's right there,
right.
there's like a new food court over at Aria. Have you seen this? On the convention floor?
I was at the Italian restaurant last week there. I forget the name
Okay, it's
of it.
on that same floor.
Very good, by the way.
Yeah. At
Spicy rigatoni I had.
it's so good over there. And why am I blank on the name of the
I can't
place?
think of the name of it either. It's like one of the
right
best
next
ones
to
too, right?
the steakhouse.
Is there a food court up there now?
Yes.
Okay.
And Steve Aoki, the DJ. Have you heard of Steve Aoki?
Yeah.
He owns a pizza place. Look at this.
Pizza looks good.
Look
All
at
right,
this. Look at this slice.
Did
Bill.
you have?
I had a slice of classic cheese.
Okay.
Look at that thin, crispy.
Yeah, it looks thin and crispy.
Amazing. And then I had like meat lover. It's
Oh,
sausage, pepperoni, and something else that's kind of spicy that I never heard of.
Okay.
And I can't even remember the name of it. And I'm still mad I can't think of the Italian restaurant's name.
Oh, the
at
Italian
Aria.
restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
that Italian
but this-
restaurant at Aria. We'll Google it right now. It'll
just
come
for my own OCD. But the pizza was so good.
Right.
I don't want to upset my boy Ryan.
Carbone.
Carbone, right, is the Italian place. But I don't want to upset my boy Ryan or
Right.
my guys. He owns IDK, or my guys at Rocco's on
Sure.
Rainbow.
Sure.
I'm going to make a bold statement though, because I'm here to help everyone step up their game.
Right.
The best pizza in Las Vegas is at
Really?
Stevie. Listen to me.
Wow.
It's so
What's the name
good.
of it?
Aoki's.
Aoki's. Okay.
Aoki's Pizza or something. Or
Wow.
Yeah.
yeah. It's
And then upstairs is the
amazing.
food court. All right. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna
It's
check it out.
crispy. It's crunchy. Like
Yeah,
not
yeah,
crunchy.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that.
It's
You
crispy.
hear the bite.
Yeah, yeah.
You hear the bite.
Right.
Oh, so good. I'm starving right now too, by the way. Anyway, crazy weekend this past weekend in football.
Lots of upsets.
Yeah.
The Jets beating the Eagles.
Which I love.
San Fran going down, missing a 41-yard. But basically, it was like missing an extra point.
I know.
San Fran losing to Cleveland. The Giants almost beating Buffalo. Probably should have won.
I didn't know.
15.5 point
I didn't
underdog.
realize the Giants didn't hold on until I
Yeah.
came in this
Giants
morning
were
with
winning
you
a lot of
because
that game.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. And this is the reason why I always say our eyes play tricks on us. You can't go by just last week, San Fran killing a team or the Eagles killing a team. I mean, look at the Eagles. They probably should have lost to a terrible New England team. Now we know they're terrible New England. Week 1. They almost lost to Washington. Washington's supposed to go for a 2-point conversion at the end of the game and try to beat them. And now losing to the Jets. But people only look at their record and say, oh, that's a freak game. They lost that. They should have won it. You know, they're still going to the Super Bowl. I'm still going to lay the points next week. Well, it's the reason why what happened last week. A lot of people throw them in their money line parlays.
Yep.
So they'll throw them in there thinking, this is easy.
Right.
This is easy. The San Fran, the Cleveland's without a quarterback. Yeah. They're playing a backup. The line went from 3 pre-flop to 4.5 after the San Fran beat Dallas convincingly the week before. It was like 42-10. Oh my God! Now it went up to 10. By the way, the line actually hit 10 in a couple spots. And what happens? They lose outright. What happens to the Eagles? They lose outright. It's the reason why the books are in business. The books love you throwing those giant favorites in there on the money line. Now, there is some people I know a sharp guy that actually does put a lot of those money lines in certain things, but he shops around. Instead of laying, 310, he's laying 260. So that's the idea of having many, many multiple outs. So, these things happen, but you know what? It doesn't matter because people only know what they know. They only think these are the elite teams. It was a freak thing. It can't happen. I remember a couple of years ago, there was 2 14.5-point favorites on the same weekend that lost outright. I mean, 14.5-point favorites, you just don't get them every weekend in the NFL. There was 2 of them. One was the Giants beat somebody outright. It might have been Denver when Denver was good about 3 years ago. But this stuff happens. This is going to, like I talked about,
Any given Sunday.
Like Dr. Malcolm in Jurassic Park. He questions why the dinosaurs cannot they were trying to control them breeding.
Right.
And, we control it. We changed the chromosome and they can all female dinosaurs, and then they find dinosaur eggs out in the forest.
Right.
It will happen. So
Right.
these things happen. That's all I can tell
I
you.
like that analogy. I like that.
Yeah.
George brought up the we had talked about the Giants total wins for the season bet.
What do you got there, George? Where are you looking at?
So we got it at 4.5 right now on mybookie.ag.
Okay, 4.5 on my bookie. Is it under? You got to lay under. You have to lay some juice on the under.
Let me pull that one back up again. Here.
Okay.
Let me tell you though. I had Tyrod Taylor, the quarterback for the Giants this past weekend, to score 2 touchdowns at 9-1 odds. Right, and I figured, hey, new quarterback, he's trying to take the starting spot from Daniel Jones, could happen. I needed the situation that happened twice in the game where the Giants had the ball on the 1-yard line to happen. And it happened, and no touchdowns. So, dude, I know. I would have turned 5 and
what did they end up doing? Did he try to get in?
No. They passed the ball. Well, he ran the ball once to Saquon Barkley. Can you blame him? I guess not. But
right.
Sure.
Kind of BS, dude. I needed them to have the ball on the 1 twice.
And you got it.
Push.
You got the scenario.
I got the scenario, and I just watched in agony as they didn't run a quarterback sneak.
Wow.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tough.
Okay, so you didn't that's I'll be honest with you. Sounds like that should even be better odds than that.
No, I said 9-1, 90. It was
90
to 1.
9
to 1.
Say, okay.
9-1. Wait a minute. Where can I lay the no?
Right.
Oh man. Yeah. Okay. So
where can I lay the no?
Yeah. 90-1. Okay, that sounds like something better. We're gonna flip. We could flip flop anywhere here on this show.
Sure.
I want to know I seen this car on the road here. I seen a big sign on the back of it that said driverless vehicle.
Yeah.
I seen it on the strip.
They're on the
seen a
strip a
couple
lot.
of them on the strip.
Yeah.
So what is that actually someone?
It's coming. Yeah.
That's just someone's driving that one. Then
I don't know. I've
There
seen
was
it, but
someone
I've seen
in the
it with.
driver's seat.
Yeah, I've seen someone in the driver's seat,
That's
but I
what
have
I've
seen the
seen.
car that says that.
No, I just
Yeah.
didn't know like
But they're testing it, right? That's just him behind the wheel. I think the car's probably doing its own thing. He's just there as a
He's
safety
there.
precaution.
That's what I was thinking.
Because
by
the
way.
kinks aren't worked out yet, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So we're getting there.
We're getting there.
Because I see more than one.
Yeah.
I've seen on the strip driver, and you know it's like the car name's a weird name, like IOQ something. It's like I'm looking for the video, and of course I can't find it. But I just thought that I didn't know if that was real or not here in Las Vegas, and it is coming.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you like that?
I don't know. Like, listen, can I just sit in the car and play on my iPad? And not play, of course, that's what the kids are going to do. But work on your iPad and of course, it's going to be set to the exact speed limit. Nothing's going to go over the speed limit. I just want I drive over the speed limit, so not crazy, but a couple miles over. And it gets me. I know my little secret ways, my little secret turns. It's going to go exactly the way the map works out. So I guess if you have time. And if you're not on a time constraint, you're okay to do that, I guess. But would I do it? Sure, I guess I would if it's coming.
I don't think I want to do. I actually like driving.
Oh yeah, I like driving.
I
too.
like
I like driving too.
Yeah.
Let me tell you who I seen the other night that blew me away. I know you've seen him. You've been backstage with him. He blew me away.
Lionel Richie
Blew me away. Yeah,
so good.
I went the other night. I didn't expect that. I knew every song he sung.
Yeah, of course. He's hit factory.
I
now.
thought I knew.
No,
I thought I was going to know about maybe 7 or 8 songs.
No,
I knew all 17. He sang 17. I knew all 17.
Yeah, and
Wow.
and all 17 were probably number ones.
Oh God, all those songs with the Commodores and stuff. And he's 74 years old in
He looks
unbelievable
great.
shape.
Yeah,
looks great. I think you sent me a picture of you backstage. With
yeah,
him, right?
Yeah, he's good friends with my dad for a long time.
And he was nice, good with your dad.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
yeah. No.
And did I ever show you the video that he sent for my dad's birthday
yes,
one year?
for his birthday. Oh, it was so
amazing.
cool.
Yeah,
but he was great.
He's great.
He was so good. I didn't expect him to be that good.
Yeah, at Encore, he was at Encore, right?
Yeah, he was at
yeah.
Well, the Win Encore.
Right.
And just great.
What's interesting is how many outfit changes. 5 or 6. Yeah,
he did have some outfit changes.
It makes me laugh that he likes his new outfits. He swaps it out. I like that though.
I have another thing about you can't underestimate the power of how sick people are gambling wise.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Living in this town is very hard to do. Living in jurisdictions now across the country with sports betting is very hard to do. Because you have already so many vices in those towns, casinos, horse racing, lottery, peer pressure. There's so many different gambling things in your face. And now sports betting is fashionable. And they have nice, pretty models that are modeling it on TV and showing you and then you have, your guys that are, relative hip hop guys advertising it and actors and, just making it, they just want to grab those kids, those people that are 21 years old and the suckers and just get into sports betting space. It's so hard. It's just out of control though. Like I have friends that are professionals. They are professionals in their own lives. They're very, very smart. Geniuses, actually.
Right.
7-year college graduate, Ivy League. One guy, UCLA. Another one guy, Yale. Another guy, Princeton. My buddy that graduated Princeton. There's 3 guys that are all 3 gamblers there. They don't even know each other, these 3 guys. But yet, it's amazing how book smart and how smart you are at your job and making millions of dollars, actually. Yet when you get within the neon and on the strip and the endorphins start racing, and you lose all sense of any smartness that you have, and you're blinded by the lights. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Come in and blow so much money that, let's just face it, they don't even really have the money. Everyone bets more than they should when they're in a scene like, I shouldn't say everyone, but when you go to I remember when the Borgata first opened, it was like, you gambled more than you were gambling at Bally's. You're gambling more at Borgata.
Right.
Same thing here. You go into the Wynn or Venetian, you're gambling more than you would gamble at the Horseshoe or whatever it may be, or at the Excalibur.
Yeah.
You're keeping up with the Joneses. And now the reason why I mention all this is I have a friend that's a sports guy. He loves betting sports. I give him all my picks for free. And we know we do great. We've had some unbelievable weeks. The last 2 weeks have been great. Preseason was stupid. Yet they're going to do what they're going to do anyway. Like, he actually showed me his account by accident, and I seen he had it in there 55 $50 parlays.
Oh,
55.
my God.
I've never seen no one have 55 parlays.
For a weekend?
For a week. I was like, wait a minute. What is all this? And, I know you follow my plays. I don't put that many plays out.
Right.
And they were mixed in very little even. And he was so embarrassed he got caught. He's like, yeah, they're $50 each. I said, yeah. You bet 55 of them. I mean, $50 parlay. You bet $27.50 on parlay. $2,750 on parlays. Like, I just couldn't believe it. And you want to know something? He's just a reflection of the human condition. It's what we are. It's who we are.
Yeah.
So all I could say is gambling's not for anyone, and it's not for most people. Imagine me saying that.
Yeah.
It's so sick.
Yeah.
People are sick.
Hey, Bill, I have a question. You said it's tough to live here in Vegas,
Yes.
right? But we've talked a lot about bonus bets. I just went to the Suncoast this past weekend and opened up the Boyd Gambling like mobile app.
They threw me off.
$100 minimum deposit, and I got $10 in bonus credit.
Yep.
Whereas at FanDuel would give me $200, right? Or they would match it. They would give me fucking something.
No. Las Vegas is so different. You know what though? I hate to not, because I love going after sportsbooks that I don't care for, which is they're one of them. They threw me out for using my brain, limited me to $10.
Literally $10?
Yeah, $10 my maximum after I beat them on a couple thousand. Well, I won $2,000 on some props. They limited me to $10. Real nice of them. So my little thing here. So, however, New Jersey, and it's different than Nevada, all the different states, the gaming boards. I believe here it's something with gaming. They can't offer a giant bonus, but they can offer $100 because the Westgate offers $100. And you know what? The more I think about it, I'm even wrong. I seen stations had a sign $500 match. You get $500 in free bets if you bet your 10%. So if you put $5,000 in, if you bet $5,000 within the month, you get 10%. So I'm wrong there. Anyway,
but it's crazy.
Yeah,
right?
$10.
To me.
Did they give you 10%? If they gave you 10%, I have no problem with that.
It was just
10,
yeah.
Like
10
if you put in 500, would you get 50?
No. They I didn't ask that. It would be interesting to see at this point. But do you think that this is going to make like the Nevada Gaming Commission raise the bonus plays, because all these other states are crushing us with how much free money?
Guess what though? They all cut back. I was putting up sick money, getting sick deposits. I was putting up $50,000, getting $5,000. No, more, $10,000. As a matter of fact, the guy next to me went. He was crazy.
I didn't know if you wanted me to say it.
No, he was crazy. He went there and put up 50,000 too. Yeah. He put up 50 also, and he got 12.5 or something. Yeah. Bonus money. That's all done. That's all done now. That's stopped. It's like $200 they give you now, $250. That's what they give you in all the debt.
Got it.
Yeah.
And then along those lines, where we're talking about it, I sent you a text the other night. I have a buddy who was trying to bet a couple $100,000 on a UFC fight.
What did I tell you?
And
Good luck.
You can't do it. Like, why? Not even Circa?
Circa will take 10,000 probably early in the week, and they're going to move it on you. There may be, if it's a main event.
Right.
Was it a main event?
Yes.
Okay, main event. They may take 20 on a main event or something.
So he just has to go to a bunch of different books. That's how you have to do it?
Yeah.
Is that frowned upon?
I'll log into Circa real quick and just see myself.
Is that frowned upon? Like,
what's that?
So like if he went to, let's just say there's so many MGM properties, right? So if like he went to Aria and then he went to MGM and then he went to Luxor, would they at some point go, hey, dude,
If he's an established customer.
He's not.
No, he's dead. Was it the Elliott fight? Makovov? What was the fight?
Makachev.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Is that it right there?
Yeah. Versus.
Makachev? Yeah, 10,000. I was right. Yeah, 10,000 max. They tell you. Circa tells you how much it takes. So there. 10. Well, wait a minute. The fight underneath it, though, they take 20. The rest are taking 10. That one, they're taking 20. Is that a big names?
Yeah, decent.
Yeah, they're taking 20 on that one. They're only taking 10 maybe because it's 5-1. Makavev.
Right.
Maybe. Was he betting? Was that what he's betting? Or the dog?
No,
or you don't want to say?
He wants to bet the favorite.
Oh, wow. So he wants to lay 4.5 to 1?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
So he wanted to bet 200 to win like 50? Or to win 200?
He actually wants to bet
like $1 million?
250 is what he wants to bet.
He wants to bet 250 to win like 40 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, not that doesn't mean go rush out and bet him, guys. See, He's not a professional bettor or anything. Now, I find, again, another main event, October 21st.
This weekend.
Is he fighting Volkanovski?
Volkanovski, yeah.
Volkanovski? All right, I'm wrong then. Is that the guy's name? Islam?
Yes.
All right, 30,000.
30,000.
So they're taking...
And that's at Circa?
Yeah, that's at Circa. So they are taking... that's probably the
most...
And
that's anyone off the street could go do that.
Anyone off the street could do it. Now, if you could, like, there's times I'll text the guy Jeff there and say, Jeff, listen, they're only taking $1,000 on this golf matchup. Can you get me down? And I want to bet more than that, And they let me, or a golf future or something like that.
Now, he wouldn't be able to do that because they still don't know him.
Probably not.
And what does that matter? But, like, if it was Charles Barkley, could he get the bet down?
Yeah, probably.
Why?
They'll take it off someone that's established. They know
established loser.
If they know you're a loser. They know. Well, they know you're. I don't want to say loser. They know you're Joe Public.
Right.
Yeah, they may take it, but they have time to work with it. They can move that line down, get money on the other side.
Got it.
Lock up a profit for themselves. It's tough to get a bet down the day of the game, on the day of the fight, like that kind of money.
Okay, so a guy like
the NFL, you could though. NFL size, that's the most efficient line.
This guy's making a lot of money now. Right. I'm not going to say his name. He's an influencer, and he's making a crazy money. And I know he's going to want to be able to make these kind of bets. So what does he do? Just start slow and somehow get a relationship with them, or if he's good though, they'll never let him get it down. Right?
Listen, I don't see him being good. Nothing against him.
Right.
I don't see. I think that if he establishes,
he's a big UFC fan though. Like he studies UFC.
Okay, great. And I'm sure he studies NFL. Yeah. The UFC is a very efficient line on the main event that has many eyes on it.
Right.
So I think they would take his bets closer to him. The more fights that he bets and stuff, and yeah.
Right.
But it's a fine line in the beginning. If you're an established player at MGM property,
right,
and you're betting hundreds of thousands of blackjack, baccarat, craps, whatever, and roulette, and then you want to go bet 200,000 on a fight, they're probably going to let you bet it at MGM based on your history on the tables. You follow?
Yep. And then let me ask you this: a guy along those lines, also like someone like Dana has limits at Red Rock, right? Yeah. 30 grand a hand.
Yeah.
This kid's limit is 10.
Until they get to know him.
Yeah. Until they get to know him. Listen, there's more things than just card counting. And granted, they're not doing none of that. But I'm just saying. Zero.
I know. But they have to. But the floor people, the pit boss, the shift manager,
they assume that's on the table in the beginning.
They have to know. They have to
know.
There's ace sequencing. There's ace tracking. There's hole carding. There's a lot of things that these things that go on. I'm shocked. I told you last week on the show. I'm shocked they're allowed to put their phones on the table.
Yeah.
So
how about touching the cards?
Yeah, the touching the cards not the big deal.
I love that.
The phone's the bigger thing.
It's my favorite thing.
I'm sure that down the line sometime he'll be able to bet more there. But yet, Dana, what did he tell us after when we were done? I think it was me, you, and him. He was saying that certain casinos in town only give him 10,000.
Right.
Matter of fact, him and Tom Brady.
Yeah.
You guys will cut this if you want.
No, we won't cut it.
Okay, I'm saying you can cut it if you want. Him and Tom Brady were just playing at a big name place on the Strip.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't give him more than 10,000.
Which is crazy,
him
right?
And Tom. Yeah, I didn't even know Tom played blackjack.
Me neither.
But why wouldn't he?
But and wouldn't you want that story out? Like, don't you want to be able to say Tom Brady was betting $500,000 a hand or whatever?
On the table's $10,000. So anyone off the street gets exactly what Dana White and Tom Brady gets.
It's crazy, right? But now Floyd can go into any sports book and bet like $1 million or something, right?
They take a lot from Floyd. They know Floyd. They know what Floyd does. They know Floyd.
Or like the Maloofs. I know like Gavin Maloof went to South Point that one time when Connor fought
Floyd.
Floyd,
Yeah.
right? And he bet
Right.
like $500,000 on Floyd or something.
Yeah, no. If you're an established player, if you're an established guy, and that bets, they know your tendencies. And it's all about how much time they have to work with it. So if they can get some money back the other way, they don't want to have a $500,000 side on something because they were accommodating a player 10 minutes before the fight,
Right?
But
They want to just make the money off the juice.
Well,
right?
That's one of the ways. Really, honestly, every sports book, every bookmaker, believe it or not, they want to have a side.
They
wanna,
do.
Yes. Here's the reason why. The more volume they get, the more people that bet the favorites, they want the side of the underdog. They're getting laid 11-10, probably even laying a half a point more. So they got the best of the line. They got 11-10, and they got the underdog, which publics do not win long-term underdogs.
Right.
Yet this year in the NFL, I can't believe like 60% of the favorites are covering this year.
Wow.
It's amazing. 6 weeks, they're actually covering the line. So that's an amazing thing happening in the NFL. I'll give you another thing. The totals now in the NFL, they're averaging, when they put the lines up, around 44. Even a short 3 years ago, that same line was 48. It's amazing that these totals, they keep lowering and then lowering them, and they're still going under. Last week, if you bet the under blindly on every game, you were 13-2. It's unbelievable.
Really?
15 games, 13 of them went under. This is after them lowering it by 4 points of average on average this year.
Why? What's causing that?
There's some little bit of rule changes, maybe some refereeing in there, some new things, clock running. There's so many little moving parts. I'm going to tell you something. Coaching, there's a lot of things going on. Speaking of which, so I put this tweet up the other day, Sunday night, just a rare tweet. The other day I put up, and not a rare tweet, just a random tweet I put up. Gained 400 followers by putting up this tweet. I wasn't planning to, get followers from this, but I'm making a living betting on sports professionally for 30 years around the elite and top sports betting syndicates all that time. Not once I've ever been told, bet all you can bet, this is fixed. Or, I haven't been told nothing like that. Inside information. Give me a break. Yet this year I received this is fixed, this is scripted from more people than ever.
Right.
Ever. Amazingly, all the people that have texted me, they're on the losing side of the fix. So I got 286,000 views on that. Kind of went viral a little bit, and a lot of big names even retweeting. And Mike Mattisau retweeted it.
Really?
Yeah. So, but people just are going to look at the games from the side they're going to look at the games from, no matter what.
Right.
And people are still going to think games are fixed after that, because we only look at this game from the side we're on. So when they call a penalty or interception happens or something happens, we're always going to say, oh man, that's wrong. They can't be doing that to me. That's not what happened. They don't look at the other side when that so-called same exact penalty could be against them on the other team. They don't. Oh yeah, that's right. Right. That's a penalty. It's amazing. It's amazing, but it's not. So I have a friend of mine doing a giant write-up today on this 48 going down to 44 over the last 3 years. Yet the games are still going under at a ridiculous rate. Will they return to the mean? He thinks maybe not. I think maybe yes. I think more probable to be yes. So look at this week, 38, 39, 38, 39, 40, 41. I mean, some of these games would have been 44, and they're 40, just like I said. So it's amazing what's going on this year. I think it returns to the mean. I think we get some score. But by the way, you wouldn't think the NFL would want this because the more scoring, the more happy the fans are, the more happy the sponsors are, the network, the coaches, the announcers. Everyone's happy. So you wouldn't think that would be really happening. So we'll see if that.
Are there any NFL quarterbacks, George, you probably know, that have thrown 5 touchdown passes this season? I don't feel like I've seen that happen yet.
Handful, but here's one that'll really throw you off.
Wow.
Justin Herbert just had his first 400-yard passing game this season, and he's a person that you would have figured had done that multiple times.
Right.
But I'll do a little stat check for you. I think maybe once or twice. I was thinking, Bill, and it could possibly be to edge rushers like on the defensive side. They're just getting way better. It's the position that's drafted the most and a lot of these drafts for the last 6 years, they're looking for people to get after the quarterback. Good defenses are in, and although it's not for the public's, side and feeling fun and seeing Tyreek Hill do backflips with GoPros and shit.
Right.
I would be interested to see in that write-up if that's like related to a lot of the unders.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. I'm also on my Twitter, I put up, there's a new movie coming out with, by the way, it's not only is it's called Wise Guys right now. That's what they say. It's coming out in February though. It's produced by Irwin Winkler, who's 90-some years old, been around forever, Rocky and all tons of different movies and mob movies. It's written by Nicholas Pileggi, we all know. Literally, Robert De Niro is playing a double role. He's playing Vito Genovese and Frank Costello. He's playing both the mob bosses. And by the way, this is a guy who literally has ruined his legacy. Robert De Niro, in my opinion, great actor
with
so many great movies.
Yeah,
just shut your mouth. Why do you have to go accept an award and start being anti-Trump or whatever? I'm not trying to be. By the way, I don't care what he is. I don't care what the political agenda is, and I'm just saying, like, here's a guy though that really his legacy is ruined, in my opinion, because of his hate for Donald Trump and his love for the Joe Biden side. And again, we don't get political here on the show. I don't,
I'd rather just leave it all out of entertainment, leave it out of sports.
How can you leave it out of sports? Rod Stewart, great show. All of a sudden, he's got to be talking politics. These guys, Bruce Springsteen, loved him to death, grew up with him, went trick-or-treating at his house when I was a kid. He answered the door himself. Nice guy. Met him a couple times. I met him. He was married to a girl before him. Phillips was her name. Justine, some Phillips. And just a really nice guy. He's got to go all around. This guy wrote a song, Born in the USA. Why are you on stage talking? Bon Jovi, why are you on stage talking politics? You alienate a small portion or maybe even large portion of your audience. So, that being said, though, I would still go see him. I would still go see the shows. I may still go see you too, even though he's a little political too sometimes. He hasn't talked anything at the shows, though. But anyway, that wasn't the purpose of it. I just seen De Niro's name, and it just enraged me for a second. Double role. Anyway, so now this new movie coming out looks good. I'll see it. I'll support it. It's not a problem. However, there was an original comedy version called Wise Guys with Joe Piscopo and Danny DeVito.
Yeah, I remember.
Filmed in Atlantic City and all along those boardwalk towns. They played two guys trying to get into the mob, and the Newark mob, which was a tough mob years ago. Newark was a tough... Matter of fact, the Newark Jewish mob in Newark was so bad, like so tough, back in the 30s and 40s and 50s. Oh, my God, they ruled everything. But anyway... I was thinking about that movie. I went and found it on YouTube. It's free. I haven't seen it in 30 years, 25 years. But what a great movie for free. There's a couple great ones out there right now for free. I told you 29th Street's on there. Now this is on there. I seen the Pope of Greenwich Village we talked about. That's on. Yep. There's some really good ones out there. That was on Amazon. But the other ones are free on YouTube. I just thought I'd mention that new movie coming out. Pretty cool. I love talking about old school. I can talk about anything. Pizza reviews, old school movies, players, human condition, nature. I mean, anything. Graveyards.
I know you love your graveyards.
A lot of handicappers, so-called handicappers, have their own sections in these graveyards. By the way, they have their own sections. I haven't pointed that out yet. I'm going to be going to a graveyard where a lot of these social media influencers and a lot of these handicappers have their own sections in certain cemeteries.
I love it. Baseball playoffs. Have you been watching or no? I don't feel like you've been watching.
I watched the Phillies a little bit. The Phillies last night. I turned it off when it was like 8-0.
Phillies and Bryce Harper are on fire.
Yeah, no. I was wondering how Bryce Harper is he accepted? He's from Las Vegas, the kid. And I know people that knew him, went to school with him, played with him, agents. Everyone thinks he's an asshole, personally. I shouldn't say everyone, but a lot of people that were with him. Now, he may have changed going to Washington and then Philly. South Philly's a tough place. You don't want to mess around there. Has he taken... I asked someone in South Philly yesterday, and they said, "Oh my, we love him.
Everyone loves him.
Yeah, everyone.
They
loves
love him in Philly.
So
he loves
playing Philly. He loves playing there. All right.
Yeah, I told you I used to not be a Bryce Harper fan.
Oh yeah.
And then I sent him a DM.
Oh okay.
And wanted him to be involved in a charity event I was doing with Mia St. John. Remember Mia St. John, female boxer?
I don't know.
And this was here in Vegas in 2019.
Right.
And I don't know Bryce. I wasn't even following him. I just sent him a message, hey, would you come to this event? And he instantly wrote me back and said, thanks for the invite. I can't make it to the event. I have a newborn that's 2 weeks old.
Oh, wow.
But I'd love to support the auction. Let me know if you need anything. And I said,
see?
Not only did he say, I'll support the auction, I even fired back. So normally a normal ask would be, can you autograph jersey, autograph bat, right? I said, could we go big? Could I auction off 2 tickets to a Phillies game, watch you take batting practice on the field, and get a jersey and a bat? And he goes, yep, let me know. Let's do it.
Wow.
So I'm a Bryce Harper fan.
You see? And that makes me a Bryce Harper fan.
Yeah.
But you know, I actually do know people that went to school with him.
Yeah.
High school with him.
Yeah.
And maybe in high school we're all in situations.
He was a 16-year-old superstar. I actually taught at the high school that he played at.
Okay.
So I know my dad's helped coach there for the past 5 years.
So you heard these kind of things too.
100%, but he still comes back every offseason. Las Vegas High School has the nicest baseball field in the state. In the state.
Wow.
So like that's it's all because he's funded it. And whenever he takes BP, he lets a lot of the local kids come and catch in the outfield.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then you have to appreciate that.
I think he's evolved. I think when you're so young, you
Yeah.
know, you can rub people the wrong way.
So is Arizona done? That's it? Phillies up 2-0 now? Is that what they're up?
I think so, yeah.
So Arizona, they go back home.
It's going to be Phillies, Rangers.
How about Texas? Texas goes
Rangers
in.
are hot, Bill.
Oh.
Did Texas win 2 in Houston?
Yes.
Now they come home.
Rangers are rolling, man.
Yeah, but now
they go right down the road.
Now they come home with Mad Max, I think, right? Let me make sure I'm right.
Yeah, I think he's coming
Mad
back.
Max
It's going to be a
goes.
fun if it stays on course and we get Phillies Rangers.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the most exciting World Series we've had in a while.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what let's see.
Right?
Let's see it happen.
The Rangers have so much great young talent mixed with veterans like Corey Seager. Man, it's going to be fun.
So we film on Thursday. We film on Wednesdays. Scherzer's pitching tonight. You guys are going to know the results before you watch this, and then on Thursday, Philly with Suarez is favored on the road in Arizona, 125, 130 favorite. So that's interesting. You know, this doesn't feel like to me an exciting thing like the past. When I was younger, baseball meant more to me. I was more of a fan of baseball than any sport. Boxing and baseball were my number 1 and number 2.
Yeah,
and then my allegiance became my bankroll. That's it. You know,
I get it.
By the way, I had friends that went to the stadium the other day, and he watches the show, so he's going to be a little upset probably. So I have friends that went to the stadium in Philly. He gets in free. I'll just say that. That's all I'm going to say. He gets in free, but you have to stand for the whole game. So him and his son and another friend of theirs, they went and they stand there for the whole game. So they're in free. Well, I got to be blunt. The kid's a millionaire. This guy's a millionaire. Buy the tickets. Don't let your kid. You guys are standing for 4 hours. Your legs are killing. You're trying to lean against.
Get the kids some tickets.
And then you're complaining about the price of hot dogs and beers. 2 beers was $39. So $19.50 a beer.
Wow.
For a can of beer. All right, and that sounds like a lot, by the way.
Sure.
A can of beer should be $5, right? I mean,
Agreed.
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe 10.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not in Philly.
Not in Philly.
Oh,
so
it's a riot.
South Philly people, I can't believe they're paying that much for beer. $19.50 for a can of beer, and just a cup, a medium cup of French fries. They're paying $17 for a cup. So he was saying about how he wishes he had. I better not get into the rest, but I'll just tell you, like I know it's expensive. That's why it's the playoffs and World Series. Bring your kid, buy a seat. Come on, I know they're like you could have bought a seat up in the upper levels for $300. I've seen them on anything. $1,000 a seat for a decent seat. Even in the outfield, $2,000 close up. I don't know. It's just sometimes just things.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If we get Rangers and Phillies in the World Series, can I get a verbally binding agreement with you? Why? Wait, hold on. Let me finish. Hold on.
All right, go ahead.
Verbally binding agreement. Guys trip.
Yeah.
Me, you, George Carmona, and Tony Orlando. Are you going? And the tickets are coming by way of Neil Liebman, the owner of the Texas Rangers. Are you in?
If the tickets are, listen, I want to tell you something. You wouldn't believe. I'm definitely in.
Okay.
Let me just tell you. I am pretty frugal on myself.
Oh, I got
I'll spend money on others.
Okay.
But on myself, I'm pretty frugal. These came from Dollar Tree.
I like it.
They're nice though, man.
On myself. Now, I'm happy to treat people to dinners.
Right.
And spend stupid money on people.
Right.
And
but
family
on you,
if they
you
need
tighten
something.
it up.
Yeah, I'm kind of a little frugal on myself. It's hard to believe, right? Like I try to get the best of everything,
right?
And but on family or on someone that wants something or needs something, my nieces needed. I really shouldn't get into this, but my nieces needed cars. I made sure they had cars. They just graduated high school and stuff. Nice. They have to have cars, not brand new, but used cars. And I'll spend $5,000, $10,000 on a car for them. It's not me, it's them.
Sure,
but I won't go for $100,000 on a seat. I mean, it's amazing.
Right.
No, I'm just, it's situational, though. I'll be happy to spend on others. I don't.
In that situation, you're in.
Yeah, I'm in.
All right.
Now, what's the requirements? Texas and?
Just Texas.
Just Texas gets in the World Series?
I would love for it to be. I actually would rather it not be Texas and Phillies because Phillies make me nervous.
Yeah.
But,
what are we flying to Dallas?
Yeah, we fly to Dallas.
In Arlington?
Yep.
I've been there. It's great.
Yep. A new stadium, though.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Right next door to the old stadium.
Let's see if you could keep your word and get the free seats.
I'll get the free seats.
No, I'm just kidding. Well, good.
George, you're in?
Am I in, bro? This is the most excited I've been for baseball in 7 years.
I love it.
Hey, let's talk about our sponsor, MyBookie.
Yeah.
MyBookie.ag.
Let's do it.
I was talking about them every show. I've talked about their teaser prices being minus $1.20 on a 6-point teaser. You can't find that no more. It's like a dinosaur finding a dinosaur. It's just unbelievable. Everyone's charging more on a 6-point teaser. They're out of their minds. I'm used to paying even or $1.10 back 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But everyone went to $1.20. Now they went to $1.30 and even $1.40. So I like betting 6-point teasers on a lot of the teams. Matter of fact, I even bet one before I came in today, and they lay $1.20 at mybookie.ag. But better yet, they have a 10% bonus right now with a one-time rollover, and they're giving another 10% up to $200 cash bonus on top of that for guys that use the code. For people that use it, I shouldn't say guys. As a matter of fact, I heard this the other day. 19% of bettors that are betting with one of the sports books is females. I was like, no way.
Really?
My fiance is one of them.
19% at this particular book that have apps are females. I was like, you got to be kidding me. But anyway, let's go back to this. So you're going to get a 10% bonus, and you're going to get up to 10% more if you use the code KRACK, K-R-A-C-K. So really, you're getting up to $200 more in bonus money, and you're getting that 10% bonus. So really, you're getting a 20% bonus using the word KRACK. K-R-A-C-K, which is the first 5 letters of my last name right now, mybookie.ag.
Well done. Now, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
When you're placing bets at MyBookie, do you take it easy on them?
Most
do you
of the
feel
books,
conflicted?
Most of the books I won't even play at. Most sponsors I won't even play at
because it feels weird, right?
I do a big Fox show, and we have a big sports book that I won't even play because I just don't want to be upset to know when they throw me out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the brick and mortars here will throw you out quicker than I'll tell you one thing. The brick and mortars are going to throw you out and limit you more than MyBookie. Yeah. Yeah. The brick and mortars are unbelievable. They throw you out
along
so
those
fast.
lines, I was with Dana. Not to make this, I don't want to do Dana Blackjack stories every week, but this one's too good. A couple nights ago, we were playing. I'm spectating. Okay. He's getting crushed in his area in that room. So he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go play it right outside the door. I'm gonna go out there.
Just out with the regular.
He goes out there and he's on fire.
Wow.
On fire. Everything going right. Split, double down, win, right?
Yep.
You get 20, it holds up, you win, right? Double blackjacks back to back.
Yep.
Everything going like Rain Man, right? Someone picks up the phone, all of a sudden, dealer swap.
Wow.
We watched it happen. He even said something about it.
Really?
Yeah. And so he was like, okay, then I'm going back in the other room.
Huh. Do you think that was just coincidence?
I don't think it was.
That's hard to believe.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
Yeah, we pick up on so many little moving parts, though, being gamblers. Like I can never go to a crap table with my buddies. I'll get too mad. I mean, I'll pick up something that the dealers are doing, cross-firing, talking about going out last night, not paying attention, not worrying because they have to pull tips anyway. Why would they worry about what they're making?
At this point, it was 3 a.m. We're the only ones in there.
Yeah.
So what's the phone call for?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Like, what could the phone call be?
Could be an early out. The dealer was on an early out list to go.
She went on a break.
She went on a break. She came back?
And she did come back.
Okay.
And then he went back to her.
Oh, wow.
And
got out?
Picked up where he left off and got out.
Interesting.
Bill, John's also kind of developing a reputation to just knowing exactly what's coming up next. So I think it's the Orlando effect.
It could be. No, I'm actually glad you brought that up, George. What he's saying is, I've had this my whole life. This is, I know it's going to sound crazy. I can't explain it.
All right.
Sometimes I just know what's coming. I literally, even Dana said it. Steve will do it, who's a big famous YouTuber. Gio, who you know, one of my best friends, known me for 30-something years. I can just go like Ace of Hearts, next card. Ace of Diamonds, 5 of Clubs, 9 of Clubs, 9 of Hearts. It just comes to me. I'm not saying I'm always right. Obviously not. Right. But I get it right a lot. I probably shouldn't do that in that room, right? Because like they may actually think I am counting or something, and I don't keep track. I don't have the mental capacity.
John, you
to
can
count.
do that all you want, John.
They know I'm not counting.
You can do it all you want. Do anything you want. Name cards. Use mirrors. Use shiny nail polish.
Yeah,
you're allowed to play.
I'm not getting thrown out.
Bet what you want.
Yeah,
bring your money.
Yeah, but I do have a knack for it, Bill. I can call the cards.
I don't know why you'd even do a podcast. I mean, why wouldn't you be doing this 24/7?
Well, I said not all the time.
All right, and with
I got to be in the zone.
And with that Orlando effect, we're going to end the show because we have to go out and see what we can do and win some money somewhere.
I like it. We'll see you next week.
See you guys.